Alrighty guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to be discussing the GDC's campaign that is about to finish up for Dokkan. Now we got a couple of things we can go over. I think personally this probably might go down as the second best celebration in Dokkan history. If we look, go into all the other different celebrations we had over the years, the 9th anniversary is probably the most jam-packed for new players to get new units and stuff like that, obviously guaranteeing a new unit at the end of the celebration. But to me, the global Dokkan or global Dragonstone campaign is probably the best for new and returning players. And we can just start off by just the units. Just look at this. So it's 2 pages. It starts from the Zamasu Goku Black, and then it ends with obviously the Peppy Gal's traditional units that come at this time of the year. You get a full row of actual characters that you can use in the game that actually has value. Now we're gonna pull up the main 4 Dual Dokkan Fest and Carnival units that released this year, that being Goku Black Zamasu, Vegeta and Goku, Omega Shenron, and then obviously Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The last one is the tag unit, the Part EX, which would be the tag Super Saiyan Goten, Trunks, and then Gohan. I think all 4 of these characters are a great pick for an anniversary, or not even just an anniversary, just a big time celebration. This is supposed to be what replaces one of our traditional celebrations in global. So for global to get 5 LRs and JP to get 5 LRs, that honestly it was scary thinking that we were going to get something that wasn't hype. I know a lot of people were looking at this year for Dokkan like it was kind of a shame, but this celebration we get powerful EZAs. You have the Goku Black team of just free-to-play units that are dominant. You have the free-to-play units for Omega's team like Nova Shenron, and then the free-to-play LR Shadow Dragons. That is a good EZA and stuff like that that you can actually use to help, buff his team. This Super EZA is also decent. You get 2 characters that probably we wanted to see get an EZA for a while, these 2. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the TUR, he's now back in the mix of being just a top-tier standalone TUR. He's probably the best EZA TUR in the game. And then we obviously have Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. He works perfectly with the new tag unit Goten and Trunks and Gohan. So you can put them on a bunch of teams together. I think this is kind of what Dokkan wants to do now. They're trying to get us into the vibe of getting a lot more different units that has different tech that can beat some of these events. Speaking of events now, they just dropped so many events during this. We have the fight that probably everybody hates, the Supreme Magnificent Battle, the Saiyan, the Hybrid Saiyan Edition. This is probably one of the better events in the game because it changes up the way you play. Obviously, a lot of people were up in roar because it didn't lead to what's his name, this guy feeling as strong as he is, but he's still dominant in literally every other mode in the game. So it's probably not nothing to really worry about. But it does also highlight a lot of the other characters usabilities, because when you see a lot of their kits, it looks good, and then you see something like this and then you're just okay, maybe they should have made all these better. And then you see the new events and then you understand that each character has its own little niche that they're trying to pull from and make it a little bit different. We go into the other challenging events. Look at this. This was something that people was a little bit shocked about, because he's hitting 11 million for a super attack turn 1, which means obviously the blues and Omega is good for this. Goku Black is going to be good after he super attacks. People think he's bad, but he's pretty good after he super attacks. He can hold his own. Not really a fight for him. But now you take a look at all the other fights that they have, like this, the global campaign fights. Let me see, is it gonna show? Yep, the special battles. We can just go through the actual special battle list. Like, look at this, super attack damage 2 million, and then he's doing like 900 turn 1. Gogeta's gonna work perfectly for this. Gogeta's gonna work perfectly for like these fights as well. Like the fight against Omega, he's obviously like one of the better units in the game. They give out a bunch of tickets. I think they allow you to get 100 tickets total, which is basically 2 shots at a 44% chance to get one of the new units, either that being Gogeta, Omega, or being either one of the tag units from before in the first part 1 of the campaign. It allows them to like give us more characters, which is pretty decent. Obviously, we've been complaining about just like the same reuse, like, you know, fusions, but now these two, part of their gimmick is that they do fuse into Zamasu, but obviously we can't play as them. But they give us a tag unit as that, so it kind of allows them to get those animations in there. We also have the Goku and Vegeta that does have Vegito in the background, but we don't get to play as that unit. So fortunately for them, that leaves them to drop standalone units for them that could work for their team, because some of these teams are still missing pieces. I mean, Omega's team is helped out a lot by his free-to-play units and his EZAs that came out. Obviously, Goku Black is gonna help, even though he's not really, he doesn't really link all the best with him. Sen Shenron, and then the EZA Shadow Dragons are gonna be completely like, they're gonna be amazing for him. We also have to look at units like Nova Shenron, like free-to-play units like this. Like, this is how you make a free-to-play unit if you're gonna ever make one. Can tank, can do damage, and better than anything yet. In tough, difficult events, he's actually usable. He has a Ki Blast notification. A lot of the tough bosses in the game run around throwing Ki Blasts like this guy. 2 million. Gotta be careful about that. Let me see, where is his is an Ether, I believe. This is an Ether type super attack, if I'm not mistaken. And then we go to, obviously, the event that's been torturing people, the Supreme Magnificent Battle. I think each one of these, let's check them out real quick, because I believe the second phase of Gohan is a Ki Blast super attack, which we have a couple of characters now. Yep, turn 1 is unarmed, which means, you know, we're gonna have a couple of characters that can definitely handle that. We got Zamasu, and during this campaign, he's an unarmed nullifier on the future team with Goku Black. Also, you do have the physical Goku Black from Dokkan Fest from a couple of months ago that can still put in work. So they have a lot of options now. They're trying to mix and match characters that you can use, either bringing back some old teams that weren't alive. So this celebration highlighted just a lot of the characters and teams that were pretty much dragging on the floor. Honestly, we got some of the sub EZAs that we've like been wanting to see for a while, like this Super Saiyan 3 Goku, this Trunks, who can get a Dokkan Fest, because this is the one from the this is weird, because this is the one that's, I believe, Punching Baby, but he's on the Shadow Dragon saga, which is interesting. I that's kind of weird how old Dokkan works. And it's the same thing with Miss Pan. She's on Shadow Dragon Saga, but I don't believe she should be, because this is this art is of her attacking Super Baby, I think. But it's glad that we got the representation, and some of them actually got, you know, EZAs and new units. The 2-year anniversary units will clear out some of these. The Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan 4. Now, a lot of players have had these units for years. I know I've had I had these two guys rainbowed, so seeing them get their Super EZAs is just absolutely amazing. He's probably the best. He's probably the second best TUR after the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He's just a standard powerful unit, has a nullification. and that damage reduction can crit damage. Like he's doing it all on his teams, and just look at the teams he can be on too. Link set, he's gonna have a strong link set. He's gonna link well with the new LR. He's gonna link well with the GT and the duo Super Saiyan 4s. Vegeta is a little bit of a letdown, but it's nothing really to worry about, obviously, because we have still the LRs that do have their limited time boost that you can use, so it's something that you can actually get around if you don't want to. For the Future Saga, they gave us no, not this one. They gave us Vegito and they gave us Rose. Now, these two units, we were thinking that okay, they weren't gonna go physical Beerus on us, but hey, this guy can put in a lot of work. Obviously, he's a like counter character. He's gonna do a lot of like counters. He's gonna hit very hard with his crits and things like that. And then you have Rose, who's like the ultimate support unit. Three key, and he's tanky. So like 3 key, 30% attack defense. I wouldn't necessarily want to run him in slot 2 and slot 1, but obviously that's kind of what they're looking for you to do. I still think like this is like the worst type of like mechanic ever, where you get defense while you get hit because it leads for 1 super and it can be over for you, but still he guards, he has damage reduction, he's just a generic strong super sub easy A, and I think that's kind of what Dokkan has been showcasing, that they can actually make units that are good. It's not that all the time they have to make flop units. Now a couple of these units dead on arrival. Not this guy. We're gonna say this Goku Black as a Midasu. I think in the celebration this is a good idea to super easy A this character, but I just don't think they gave him enough overall. I get it, he's a free-to-play unit, but at the same time, you look at the Nova Shenron, and he's not even easy 8, and he's absolutely putting up 44 million attack stats, being able to counter Key Blast supers, which a lot of the bosses have, and he has a decent amount of defense after he attacks. Nothing too crazy, but next to the Omega, who's giving him damage reduction support, and he also has it, so that stacks and allows him to tank just a little bit better than the previous Zamasu and Goku Black. We got these two, so when we were looking for a reason now, because when they dropped this Goku, where is he at? The part 1 of this anniversary. This Goku has that's a strange card. This Goku has a very strange thing in his passive. So the Vegeta part of the card, he has an ability that you almost just couldn't use, which was weird because we didn't think that Dokkan would, still include abilities that need or have to include another character on the team. And it has this Trunks line for this Vegeta, and there were at the time no usable Trunks, so we were thinking an Easy A has to come. And an Easy A did come, and this unit is probably gonna be looked at as the future, as probably one of the better units to come out Easy A wise, because of what they're able to do. They have a really unique ability for their 18 key, which allows their allies to like stack like attack and defense and get better. They're kind of allowing units to get a mini Easy A while you're with them, just powering up this unit and making them a lot more stronger than they actually need to be. And then you come down here and then you see we got the Gohan. And now what did they decide to do with the Gohan? Because he runs an interesting team. Hybrids, Youth, Defenders of Justice. Oh, you got the 2 tag right there. So they gave us this monstrosity, and I think that I wasn't too much of a fan of this unit, but over time I think this unit just is like it's truly like a complementary piece to everything that this Trunks and Goten do. They link astonishingly well. Like they link really well with the Dokkan Fest. 4 links with them, it's pretty good. And we also got this unit who can put in a little bit of work. They do have the same battle motion as them, this Trunks and Goten from the Broly movie, but if you look at their kit, Kamehameha characters give them 30% damage reduction crit, and this is still a dodge character. High chance of dodge, no, medium chance of dodge. You still got the active skill, turn 3 active skill, guaranteed dodge with them. And then you combining that with just this unit's uber powerful like turn. They can just pop the fusion. Allies get attack and defense in battle. You're just making this unit just absolutely shoot to the moon. These two units, both of them can. This unit for sure can get to 100 million attack stats. This unit I know can just hit really hard depending on if you get these two great chances to proc. They're 70%, so it's a little bit better than you think. And then obviously they have to build up their attack. So you kind of get the sense that Dokkan really wanted to support these teams, even though they're kind of on the weaker side right now. But supporting them nonetheless, giving them units that are actually credible and can stand up in the toughest of battles, especially like the global Dokkan, like Supreme Magnificent Battle, or even just the global campaign special battles. Those special battles are not as crazy as people would like to think. When you have the new units, they actually just they do the work for you. Gogeta's team and Omega's team themselves, you can go through them and pretty much hide a lot of the units that's on there, and you just let the Gogeta and you just let Omega carry for the most part. The only thing about the celebration that was a miss, and I'll leave this with you guys now. Why can't Dokkan just allow us to use these two? The sub-EZAs that we've actually been waiting to see were the orb changing or the nuke leader sub-EZAs, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Golden Grade 8, which I believe he's the same name, right? Or is he might be, let me check this up actually, he might be a different name than the actual. Is he the same name as the Dokkan Fest? Yes, he is the Super Saiyan GT. Okay, Golden Grade 8. He is the same name, but he is like a really interesting unit. He's gonna guard. He launches additional super attack, so he's he's okay in slot one if you get the right rotation. Not a lot of attacks coming his way because obviously they got that guard and they got that launch additional super attacks. Actually, no, you can rock him in slot 2. He's a support unit, so he's gonna just slit in slot 2 and then make the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta obviously just do a lot more damage. And then he's gonna allow the Super Saiyan 4 Goku to go absolutely crazy too, because they link perfectly well, the same link set and everything. So they're getting their global Dokkan campaign is getting their money's worth. Now this baby though, the only problem, Super Baby 2 was a character that we really wanted to see get a Dokkan Fest, and I know a lot of people were mad that the celebration had the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks instead of another GT character that could have really saved this team. The worst part about these two units is that they're good, but you can't really get to use them in a lot of events because of their leader skill. Of course, once you have this leader skill, they don't allow you to use a lot of those units, especially in the tough, difficult fights. So you're relegated to using them in like stuff like legendary Goku event and things like that aren't really that important. But they did actually, make the base kit of them good. It's sad for this Goku because he has a grade 8 transformation, which is pretty dope for like a team protecting mechanic. He also does have the nice battle motion that the real LR Dokkan, the LR has. So it's like, it does hurt. And for Baby, it's just like, this is his only representation. This is his third card in the game, and this is his second. This is the only like Super Baby 2 we have in the game. So I kind of want to see them drop one more, or maybe that's coming for Tanabata, maybe it's coming for like the Christmas celebration, or it might be for anniversary, maybe even a long shot that they do it for Golden Week, something something with the Shadow or Super Baby Saga. They can maybe even put in Super 17. I know a lot of people have been waiting for sub EZAs like that. But with all that being said, we do kind of have a full list of characters that are usable in all the events, most of them. Strong, yes. There's only really like one dud I'd say. I'd just say this is a dud. The banner units weren't really a miss. And when you take that in consideration, I just think this is just the best celebration Dokkan ever made.
You are a fool to challenge a god. I'll call the anger of the gods into